let's talk about men now. So after the checklist, Allison Armstrong, a very well-known author, and if you're interested in relationship, I definitely strongly recommend her. She's written the book The Queen's Code and Making Sense of Men. She believes that 99% of the frustration we have as men and women couples is because we believe that we're versions of each other. So basically, women feel like men are women with hairy chests. So that's the perception. And although we know that men are different, based on my experience and myself, I'm guilty of that as well. I don't think that we have actually integrated that. We've actually really understood that. Now, I know this book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, is quite old, but it's not totally outdated. Dr. John Gray, who wrote that book, is a specialist when it comes to, differences, especially led by hormones between men and women, or feminine or masculine energy. So the men tend to be much more single-focused, directional, and women have usually, and this is not the total generalization, but we're talking about the 80-20 kind of rule, where the majority we're talking about, and women are more good at multitasking. The feminine energy is about being, the masculine energy is about doing, getting things done. And men are therefore very goal-oriented, masculine men, and women are more into nurturing. And that's kind of led by the hormones of estrogen and testosterone. And that makes men very competitive and women more collaborative, into having, relationships and maintaining relationships. So there are big differences between men and women. And how does that apply to dating and relationship between men and women? It applies to dating because men are very much into getting brownie points, the goal-orientedness. I mean, look at football, the game of football. So everybody gets so excited, men chasing and scoring a goal, right? So if the woman is in the space where she can receive, where she can allow the man to give, and then she appreciates it, and the man has a brownie point, that's a tick for them. That's like a little testosterone high, one tick, it goes up, but one notch. And that feeling makes him like really he's investing in the woman. And that men, when they invest in women, that's when they fall in love. So that's why there's a lot of kind of practical tips out there online saying, oh, don't chase the man, let him open the door for you, etc. I don't like to get literal about things because every case and person is unique. But on a more general terms, if you are a woman and you are looking for a masculine man, there is higher chance if you would be able to receive what he's able to give you and appreciate that. Another tip about when it comes to men is that they need some time alone. So they need some time alone. So they're with you, they're lovey-dovey, their oxytocin goes up, etc. And they bond. But they need some time alone for the testosterone to go back up. So they either do sports or spend time with men. Ari says, I need time alone too. Yes, exactly. Women need time alone too. But I'm talking from a testosterone point of view, mainly, in the sense that they need to do activities that boost them up. And so that when they come back to you, they come recharged, they come recharged for that kind of lovey-dovey feeling of connection again. So it's important to leave that space. Many, many women I've spoken to keep saying, oh, as soon as the guy disappears for one day, or even like half a day, if they've been texting all the time. Okay, well, let me show you. Texting all the time. Oh my God, he hasn't texted me back. It's like 2 hours. It's 6 hours. Oh my God, he hasn't texted me. It's been one day. He's dating somebody else, or he's not interested in me anymore, or like all these things. It's okay. It's okay. All the triggers come up, but it's okay. And Esther Perel, again, one of my idols when it comes to relationships, she says it so beautifully. She's very much the queen of eroticism. She wrote the book about mating in captivity. She says, erotic intelligence is about creating the distance and then bringing that space alive. So I don't know how many of you have felt that when you've left that distance, or maybe you're in long distance relationship or in your past relationship, that when you came back together, there was some sort of tension, and not bad tension. I mean, that kind of excitement and that kind of missing each other. And yes, and that's the space that we create for eroticism. Yeah, Eva. So yeah, so that eagerness. So I really believe in that. So I think I always recommend my clients not to freak out, to leave that space. And 80% of the time, they always have been very happy to have allowed that space and not freaked out chasing the guy.